Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Tuesday, May the 2nd. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Trading with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and Walmal's. Walmal's traders always like to watch the videos when we call out trades and everything. So I've got M1 set up with the flip-flops and indicator 2.
All right.
And it looks like
we're sitting here right now. We just had a state change as well. I don't have a second dot, but I am going to go long here. A little bit risky because I don't have a second dot. Well, now I have a second dot. There you go. We'll see what happens with the trade. Oh. Okay, I'm out. I got 2 pips on it.
Yeah, nice one.
It's nice when that works out that well. Just so everybody knows, I got in at 72.4, and I got it get out at 74.9.
Yeah, it's slightly different on my screen. We only had a high of 74.3.
Yeah, I got 74. I actually got to 75 even on mine, but then it bounced right off of it. But traders, you can see why I get out so quick. Look where it's at right now. It's back to my entry.
Yeah.
So I gotta wait for another setup.
Was that inside your flip-flop box? Because mine had a high flip-flop box had a high of 70.1.
My flip-flop box was all the way down at let me tell you, measure it exactly, 70.5.
Okay.
Because I didn't get a new flip-flop box, and I was waiting for the second dot. Now, some people would, if we got back to the entry point here, they'd go back in and enter again. I don't like to do that usually, unless I can see a compelling reason. So unfortunately, I have to sit on my hands right now until I get a new setup. Although what's nice about this is we got a bunch of, indicator 2 magenta dots going up, so that's kind of nice.
You mean we got magentas are going down?
Not magenta, I'm sorry, aqua, I'm sorry.
We just got another flip-flop box there.
Yep. And I'm sitting here waiting because I don't have 2 magenta dots. I do have a state change.
Let's see. I got state change on the other chart.
And I got a gap that was just filled. We'll see what happens. I went short, and a little bit riskier than what I normally do. I got in at 70.8. Yeah, it's going against me.
And the one thing, I guess you're on a commission broker, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because see, I'm on a fixed spread broker here. And so my ask line is outside of the flip-flop box, and it just dropped in. That's just something for traders to know that this particular method doesn't necessarily, well, let me put it this way. It's better to have a commission-based broker using this method because we're only looking to get a pip or two. And when you've got a spread that's over a pip,
it'll kill you.
It's almost impossible to take the signals because you can see here, I'd be going against the indicator 2 dot if I were to go long. And then if I were to go short, prices would still be in the flip-flop box for, it would have to drop a whole pip and, you know, a couple of points just to get the break even. So this method is really not suited if you have a fixed spread broker. It's something that I noticed.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I've tried to do it over on a fixed spread broker, and it just, I mean, you can do it, but it's just really hard. And you got to look for times of day when your spread is the smallest. I'm underwater right now by about a half a pip, so, and I'm seriously considering just getting out, just taking the small loss here. But we'll see. I'm going to wait a little bit before I do that, just because I think it's going to consolidate here, and I don't want to get stuck.
Well, let's see. It's definitely as there you go. Looks like you got it out.
Yep, I'm still in it. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm out with 2 pips.
There it goes.
Yep. The other thing is, I don't know where it's going to end, but but notice what we did. Picked up 4 pips in what, 5 minutes?
Yeah.
It doesn't always work that well. Now, to talk about that trade a little bit, what part of the reason why I was willing to take that trade was because if you look to the left by what would now be candle 7 and candle 8, you had those wicks that went down there, and I just had an inkling that it's either going to go test it at a minimum, which is where I got out. I got out at where I tested it, or it was going to go and break it. Now, it did eventually break it, but not by very much. But it was just another, you got to look left. You got all these methods, but you still got to be smart enough to look to see where some trouble points would be on the chart, and or those trouble points, they also are places that price likes to go back to test. When I say trouble points, I mean just price tends to or likes to go and turn around those parts or blast through those places.
Yeah. So right now to go long, I have to wait for a state change because right now these red stripes, that means it's making lower highs, lower lows. Green is higher highs, higher lows. The aqua's inside bar and magenta's outside bar. So we need a state change before we can think about going long.
Yeah. And we got big news coming up in an hour and 10 minutes. So I just wonder if the market's just going to sit here and, drift down in preparation of that. Or just going to, I don't think we're going to have any big moves at this point, but never know.
Right.
That's the thing. You got to sit here and wait and watch. I don't know what the market's going to do. Tiara, do you?
It's going to do what it does. Okay, so we got 3 bearish bars or red bars in a row here. We got a state change, so now we can consider going long.
Right. That state change is an inside bar.
Yeah, and so we can think about a buzzard reversal here.
So the long would be, we would have just gotten into the long on a buzzard reversal. Is that correct?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, you could have. So let's see, we might get 4 in a row. Yep, 4 in a row. So.
Well, there it goes.
Yep.
So if you would have gone long where I said before, We've been up another pip and a half.
Yep. Now,
Up,
a couple of pips. Yeah.
Yep. So now I'm mad that I didn't take the trade.
And look what just happened, though.
Yep, exactly. And that's that again. We have to go and recognize what it does, and put your TPs out there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, on the screen, I don't think they fixed the bug. I think they added a patch where at 10 minutes it puts a second timer up.
Okay.
Because I just watched it, it's like, wait a minute. It's
It looks like we have about 3 minutes left, at least on my stopwatch.
yeah, the old timer seemed like it disappeared and like a new one. So I don't know who's doing the code in there, but that's kind of kludgy. It's like, oh, wow. Yeah, if you didn't take your 2 pips, you'd be really mad right about now.
Yep, because you would have been right back to where you started. And below it, you'd be underwater now.
Yeah, and you see you've got basically all the candles are red, so.
Now, one of the things that I see here on the chart, we probably don't have enough time for this to develop, but you had down, 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 and then we had an up candle, which was a pretty nice size up candle. Now we had this big down candle. It's maybe setting up to go and break, that 65 level and go down to 60.
There you go.
It's just something experience. You just know that that's what the market likes to do.
Right. Well, the other thing that I've been looking at on those reversals, if I see where if you look at it, if it looks like it's like 45 degrees or steeper, then you have to wait for there to be some consolidation and then for it to reverse. And so that's one of the nice things about waiting for state changes. So that way you just say, nope, I got to sit on my hands if I'm going to go and reverse. But, thing is, earlier before the video, I was kicking myself because previous day's low was 79, and there was a nice move from that level. And then it came up to like 77, and there was another opportunity to get short, and I didn't take it. So I was kicking myself.
Yeah, and this was another 2 pips that if you didn't get out, you would have reversed on you completely, but it would have been a nice little 2-pip move. So if you think about it, since we've been on the video, we've now seen 8 pips, potential pips they could have made, and all of them were pretty simple ones to take. There was nothing special or hard, or you were never really underwater on any of them. So it's
well, nice. Was it the second one you were underwater for a little bit?
Yeah, but it was so minute, I was underwater by what, half a pip, something like that, maybe a little bit more than that, maybe a pip. And the reason why I was thinking about getting out of that trade more than anything else was because it looked like it was going to go sideways, and it did go sideways for a little while. It finally broke that pattern. But I think this is going to go to 60.
Yeah. Well, I've got the fibs between the 3 balls here, so we're going to see if it comes back, if it pushes the 3 ball down, or if it comes back towards 71, which would be a 51 or 50% retrace level. But fellow traders, the fastest 15 minutes in trading is just about up. So if you have any questions, about what we just did there in the trades, feel free to post it in the comments. And when you're trading, always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.